A match ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen, onto the second stage of the losers bracket. Australia taking the win quite easily 6-0 against the Great Britain side earlier, and Japan putting up quite a shocking result against Russia, taking it 6-4, denying a tiebreaker, just going straight through. I'm Ewong, joined by Sarden. How are you doing?
Doing great in this morning, and for you it's evening, which is always fun times. The Australians have gone at it for a little bit, but I'm still very fresh and renewed, and I'm feeling great casting this match. It's probably going to be pretty good. You feel like the Australian team's a little tired. Maybe the Japanese team feels the same, but as you mentioned earlier, they already played a match early on today. I'm pretty sure they didn't sleep in between. So, how's your intel on?
Yeah, I believe they would have slept there. Yeah.
They did. Okay, never mind. They're not true gamers then. Sure thing. But how's their mental feeling today? Because, well, both teams have played a singular match already this weekend. The Japanese match was a little more exciting, so they got a little more practice in, you could maybe say. Do you feel that that might affect the match here, Ewon?
I think Japan, having won that game, we can very much tell they're very excited. They're very happy to have won that game, and they are probably coming into this one super excited. They're probably have a lot more faith in themselves going up against the Australian side, who, in theory, should be stronger. However, despite them having an easy 6-0 win, which usually would make them feel a lot better about themselves, today they are missing Crimson Police, one of their best players and the Australian Open Tournament champions. That'll be a huge hit on them. They'll be looking for some step-ups in that third slot today.
Gotcha. So not quite the roster we wanted to see then, probably. Well, we have a little less intel on Japan. I'm pretty sure we have no Japanese casters here. I'm not like very big friends with any of the Japanese players, so I can't really tell what's going on in their minds, but I do know these are all players who've played the game for very long.
All the players.
Yeah, looking through their profiles, everyone but Yukina is like a 2012 to 2015 player. You have a Mania World Cup player too, who got second place in Mania 4 Key in 2015, which, well, does strengthen your tournament skills a little bit. It's all about nerves too, right? It's always nice to be able to have a hearts of steel, you could maybe say, entering these matches. So that will definitely help them out a little bit too. Veteran players, the Australians, however, also, for the most part, if they're not new players, fairly accustomed to tournaments by now. We've seen a couple of them play plenty of tournaments already, especially a lot of community tournaments too. So I'm not sure where the coin will be, which way the coin will be flipped this match, really. I think that most people do believe that Japan will be the stronger team here, but we might still see a lot of good things coming out of Australia as well.
They can definitely put up a fight. They do have the manpower to do so. Kujibo still there, their captain, great hard rock player, and can hold his own in other mods. He's gone, of course, probably arguably the greatest Australian player on this roster, had made a huge ranker breakthrough earlier, took number 1 in Australia, and the third missing Crimson Please will take that place. Most likely will be Wang Wang. Another great tournament player is able to compose herself and play to a very high level.
Well, they'll have to do today. High levels, what CWC is all about, and we're gonna see what level they are capable of on this first pick. Mixed Mod 1, Fujin Rumble. Not often that we see a team kick it off with Mixed Mod. Most of the time you tend to see a lot of double time or hard rock, depending on whether the team is the stronger of the two, or no mod if it's the weaker team that's starting off. Mixed Mod is often something reversed, like through to the middle of the match most of the time. So always nice to see different strategies.
We did not see Japan play this one in their previous game. Neither did we see Australia play it. However, regardless, it would still be a great pick for Australia, as they do have the players able to cover for this. In terms of bans, we saw Japan with a no more than 1 ban and Australia with a double time 3 ban. Double time making sense for Australia once again, despite missing Crimson. And Japan switching it up from their previous game, finding a number 2 in their game against Russia, now number 1.
Mixed Mod is one of the interesting brackets though, where I believe that even the weaker teams will have a shot, because if you just have one really strong hard rock player and a decent hidden player, most of the time you'll be quite alright. a lot of the score comes down to how well the hard rock player performs, and since those players tend to see most of the misses, it's plainly said easier to play these maps on Nomad than they are on hard rock. And here we can really see those teams with a singular really strong player shine, potentially pull off some upsets as well if they are considered to be the worst team of the two. So maybe that's why we're seeing Australia picking this one here. Kajibo hoping and probably going to be playing hard rock, I do assume. And we have Wang Wang and Genius. I do think Wang Wang is going to be the hidden player, considering that Mocha's already challenged them to a 1v1, and I'm pretty sure that Mocha's going to be their hidden player. So we'll see that in a bit.
Yeah, seeing Wang Wang or Genius taking the hidden slot means that he's gone as absent today, which is a huge toll on the Australian side. They're missing two of their best players. Will definitely need to be a lot of stepping up from Wang Wang and Genius and Panda Bear, the three that will need to be stepping in to perform a lot more and a lot better than they usually would.
Well, let's see him do it. Here we go. First pick for Australia, Japan, and Australia on the way. Some nice high-level gameplay coming up for us right now.
Yeah, and interesting here to see Genians take the modern, Wang Wang take hidden. On paper, you would assume that Wang would take the mod and Panda Bear would stick to the hidden. However, this week Genians will play and finds the first miss there. Marcus and Rindu match it though.
Exactly. Ooh, Wang Wang with a big drop there as well, but it's still quite level considering that Yukinya is also going to be dropping there for Japan. Wang Wang and Yukinya now about the same combo, and there's only one combo over the 200 mark in Kajibo, who's playing with hard rock, which is very impressive. And here you can see that hard rock player definitely carrying the team a little bit, which well, they're not going to be able to do quite as much. Plenty of misses coming in. But especially Yukinya on the end of Japan, still struggling quite a lot with Nomad, not allowing the Japanese to like slip away too much, but it's looking better every second now for Japan as Genius and Kajibo find even more misses. Yukinya finally finding their feet and now entering into 150,000 point lead as we already almost 3/4 on our way for this map.
Yeah, it's a 2-minute map, every miss counts, and especially when Marcus and Rindu are seeing like this, with Yukinya having footing now, every miss that Australia finds is going to be detrimental, and Kenyans finding way too many to keep the team afloat, and Japan playing so well consistently. That's what we like to see them do. Will take their first point, a break point, do that as well.
Exactly, well played to the Japanese team towards the end, especially really found their ground there and were able to hold on to their combos for much longer than they did at the beginning of the map. You can see that too in the graphs. Singular miss there for Molkas, very nice performance, but as expected, a very long time catch tournament player. Rindo with 2, Yukinya finishing that with 3. So we're just counting upwards from there on. And the end of Australia, yeah, big misses, especially towards the end. Wang Wang struggling on especially 2 parts of the map. Did have some combo in between, thus the score not being too low, but Genius really did have to pull up a bit of a higher score there in order for the Japanese team to feel a little danger. So sadly, a quick and early breakpoint there for the Japan team.
Yeah, now it's their pick, now they're in control, and knowing that already, Quarterfinals is going to use a timeout. We'll need to rethink things through after that team score. Probably going to have to reconsider what their strengths are now, knowing how the players play in a tournament situation. We don't normally see Wang Wang or Kenyans come on as regulars. So if them now having to play a much bigger role in the team, strategy might change up a lot.
Actually, not often that we see these pretty early timeouts as well, so they're just going to have to consider what they can do with the 4 of them. See whether their previous decision on who played hard rock or hidden or no, what was the way to go, whether it was just tournament nerves maybe. And now we can see the Japanese team deciding to go for double time Probably one of the weaker points for the Australian team at the moment. And well, before we get started with that map, we'll wait for another 2 minutes-ish for the Australian team in order for them to get a little bit of composure back, hopefully.
Yeah, and Japan have gone with the double time pick. Really easy to spot the weakness that Australia has. And even despite missing E's going for this one, and Crimson plays, double time was arguably Australia's weaker mod. So it was going to be an obvious pick from the start.
Yeah, I do hope that the Australian team is able to at least show a little bit of resistance here. I mean, I wouldn't per se call the Japan team like one of the strongest double time teams in the tournament either. They're just really solid all around, but I'm pretty sure that they excel in really not a single mod at all. Maybe Hidden they can be considered one of the more dangerous teams, but in general, it's not like they would play double time against countries such as, say, United States or South Korea, for example. It's not something that they'd opt for in terms of their own strengths, I'm pretty sure. So maybe that will give Australia bits of an opportunity here. Maybe not, we'll have to wait and see. But it's definitely a good counter pick at least.
They did use the double time picks in the last match against Russia. They took back-to-back double time picks. Both of them wins, and both setting very decent scores. Not the best of the best scores, however, enough just to edge out the opponent. More like it was a calculated pick from their end. And I think this time around, it will definitely work for them, unless Australia can pull a miracle together. And there it is. E's gone is there. Maybe some light for Australia now. Holding it out with a timeout. Now that makes sense.
Yeah, it's gone. He's gone. I'm very sorry. Really showed what she's capable of in the past couple of weeks in terms of just PB farming. We've all known Esgon is one of the very greatest easy players on the in the entire planet, right? Probably the best, maybe, but they are able to do a lot more than that too. Top 50 in just like the snap of a finger. It's really great, and definitely a welcome addition to the Australian team as well, I do assume.
Very welcome. And there she is, gonna step in this time, along with Genians, who is a double time oriented player, and Kojima, who would normally be there. So our roster is still strong and capable. However, against Japan, who are able to plan their picks so well and are just so well rounded, as you said, how will this unfold?
Yeah, ironically, he's gone at rank 35 of the world, will now actually have a higher rank than Xgon. Probably the one player that she was inspired by to get the name for. And the roles have turned around now, and truly speaking, I would assume that these two players, well, they have different sorts of strengths, but they do both excel at a couple of things, like extremely compared to the entire player base too. So a worthy successor, perhaps, of XCon, we could say. Alright, team, those 2 minutes seem to be over now. We'll get into that second map. Thank you for waiting with us, the entire chat here. But hopefully we can get a bit of hype in for Esgon joining the lobby. One of the favorite players of this tournament, I'm pretty sure. Everybody is very happy to see her play this well, and well, she's going to have to pull it off against Japan as well. They're trailing behind the road. Can't quite see what the Japanese team is up to yet. Maybe they've missed two Genians also missing there. And it seems that indeed you're right, the Japanese team with a bit of an advantage. No one is going to miss that together with Genians though, so it's not too big of an advantage right now. There's still a lot that could happen. It's a fairly lengthy double time pick maybe? Well, it's not too lengthy, but it's fair enough.
2 minutes, around the same length as the previous match. Goodress found a miss there, so is Jennings. 2 players not able to hold on very well. However, E's gone the only combo left, but when that's gonna be compared to Molgus and Rindo both holding FCs, really not much can be done. Jennings finding a lot more misses, really not good for the Australian side. Ooh, Molgus now missed there. Back to Jennings though, and Rindo as well missing. Maybe a slight chance so long as Jennings can hold on for a little bit. Quinterverse kind of splitting there. And not anymore as Molgus finds the miss as well, and Genius and Snowwind.
Yeah, it's just Rindo and Esgon right now. Esgon still with a very incredible score. Definitely pulling her weight, but is that enough against Japan? It's a lesser score differential than we saw on the previous map. It's only about 120,000 down, but Genius really struggling on this map, not really being able to pull off a proper score. Only at 95% accuracy as well, and that's really going to hinder the Australians' capability of trying to beat Japan. It's not possible, I think, at this rate, as there's just a lot of trades of misses. Molkus and Kichibo over there, and the Esgon full combo is not enough to pull its weight.
Yeah, even as a uncomfortable mod in her words, still an FC there, but when it comes to the team score, really Kochima able to set a decent score, slightly comparable to the Japanese side, but Jennings there really not able to hold his weight up, and that'll be Japan's very easy point. Now back to Australia though, who can consider E's gone in the mix now when making their picks. Maybe this time Hidden and Nomad look a bit more plausible.
Do you believe that should be the case? Especially maybe like they can now maybe opt for some more mixed mod as well, considering their current roster. Very nice performance there also from Rindo, only having a singular miss, but yeah, Ace gone with the best score. A perfect one at that. 0 misses to be seen. Very impressive entrance from them. And now Australia, well, they already have the timeout, so they only have 2 minutes to find out what they should pick now. They are very quick to pick, however, this time around. Maybe feeling a little more confident due to Esgon. Going for Hidden 2.
Hidden 2. A map that they confirmed they did play with the roster of E's Gone, Crimson, and Panda. Panda and E's Gone both present today. Most likely Wang Wang going to be stepping in to take Hidden this time. And we did see her on the mixed mod pick. And hopefully this time she'll be able to contribute to her team score, produce something that will outweigh what the Japanese can do. They do have a very consistent roster, to stay very well rounded, and they can play everything. So long as the expected E's Gone and Panda Bear excel, and Wang follows up with a great score as well, hopefully this pick will work in the favor of the Australians.
Do you think they'll be able to do it, pick up the first points here?
Possibly. This is a gimmicky map, 8.2 AR and 4.2 CS with those patterns that aren't very favorable. So hopefully the Japanese side isn't too accustomed with it, and E's Gone is able to bring her team up and take the point. We saw a team score from the previous match of 2.5 mil. However, considering Crimson's absence, we may be shooting for a little bit lower here.
Perhaps, yeah, it's a very tough map. As you can see, a couple of misses across the board already. There's actually only 2 people left with the combo, Hiroshiki and Esgon. And remember, people like Molkus or Panama are quite good at Hidden too, so here 8.2 is still not something that people will be able to do blindly. Well, maybe except for Hiroshiki and Esgon in this case.
Yeah, and right now, Molkus having a shaky start, but he's built up some combo now, showing why he is a captain, still experienced in the game and his mechanics. And they are taking this like quite a bit right now. Wang Wang and Panda Bear need to build up that combo and hold on to it. Not only that, but pray for the misses that Snowwind and Molkus find, but Wang trades as well.
Yeah, it's 2 misses for 1, so it's gonna bring the score a little closer back to the Australian side as Panda Bears moved on to a 2-0 combo themselves. Esgon and Hiroshiki still doing wonderfully over there at the bottom row, and it's looking fairly stable for Australia. There's a miss there for Panda Bear, but again, it's not like Japan's really running away with the score in any sort of manner. So that is good news. It's already a lot better than we saw in the first map with Snowwind missing 2, and we're still playing a game over here.
Wang's miss there. Can't be good for the Australian side at all. Probably start to bring it towards the Japanese side. Snowwind's found a miss, but Mulk is still holding on. And oh, Hiroshiki misses. That's the FC gone, and if the Australians can find some stable combo, then maybe, just maybe, they can take this. He's got the SC that can do it, but will Wang Wang and Panda Bear do it in time?
Maybe not, considering that double miss over there. Snowwind with a miss of themselves. Actually missing a couple of notes there. Wang Wang missing after about a 30 combo themselves too. But Hiroshiki again steadily back to a 190 combo. Mulk is also pulling their weight. And it seems that Esgon's incredible performance here, still holding on to that double, as mind you, is not quite enough to pull the Australians towards the finish line. But they are getting a lot closer to the Japanese scoreline. With every single map. Very impressive performance there once more from Esgon, and maybe next time they'll be able to get it.
Yeah, even with that SS, you do have 2 really consistent scores in the Japanese, and Molkus and Hiroshiki both sitting above 900k, and when you've got those 2 and only Esgon with a score that can keep up, really it is bound to go the Japanese way, and they will have the pick again. Now they know double time in their favor, hidden in their favor, and still yet to touch Hard Rock and No Mod. However, they could test the waters there. They are in a pretty good lead, 3-0, so testing those waters wouldn't be too bad of idea. But for safety, we would most likely see a double time pick or a hidden pick.
That's a DT pick, DT1 in this case, so we're going to be seeing Anata ni Dete Yokata. Good try. But that is the final double time pick as well. So after that, the Japanese team is going to have to find a different strategy to tackle Australia on. Well, the thing is, they might only need it for a single map, considering if they win this one and they get another breakpoint off of Australia on the next pick, they'll be quite safe already. They'll be 5-0 up, and that will only be broken if Australia is able to win 6 maps in a row. That is a doom scenario, of course, but considering that this is their pick and they have the momentum, it's looking very likely that they could perhaps take up another point here.
Yeah, Australia has been very clear that double time is not their forte, having banned double time too, and not having the strongest roster for that double time 3 play. I'll remind you as well, we did not see it played once against the UK match. So another point there to make for the Japanese side, and they're gonna take this to their advantage. Molkus, Snowwind, and Rindo all going to be the ones playing DT as they did in the earlier double time map.
Alright, see them. Their final time on double time here, for this match at least. It's a very lengthy double time pick this time around. At AR 10.1, you're going to have to stay focused for quite a long time too. So consistency is of absolute necessity here. And here we go, Australia versus Japan on the 4th
Canyons caught out by the opening of the map, missed quite a bit there. Christian was an early miss as well.
No win as well for Japan, so it's not too
It is not lost yet.
Yeah.
There's another one and another one. We see that Quarterfinals and Esgon can keep up with the higher AI, but Canyon's lagging behind a little bit. It's a question of whether or not those two can hold up for long enough to bring that team score up, even with Kenyans finding a few misses there. And not only that, but whether or not Japan will be playing to their best as well. You see Marcus and Rindo. Marcus, as usual, playing very well. Rindo just found a miss there, but had a huge combo beforehand. Almost mentioned
followed it up. Yeah, and Genian's misses are plenty, but Kajiba and Esgon are doing very nicely over there, holding on that scoreline, and Japan is not able to run away with it yet. It does seem the case that Genius will have to hold on eventually in order for the Australian team to also be able to capitalize on those misses from the Japan side, but it is still possible. Maybe Genius will have to just feel the waters a little bit. Kajiba with a miss over there, Rindo and Genius both following it up. There's misses going on, there's a game to be played.
Yeah, really, if Genians was to keep finding misses like that, you would have to hope that Quijabo and Easgon hold on. Quijabo found a miss earlier and just now. Easgon's still holding on though, but when Marcus is holding on like that as well, really, it is down to that third player, and Genians unable to hold on at all, really. 94 AC, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like the Japan team is doing the most impressive performance they've ever put out either. Snowwind with a couple of misses here and there, but it's definitely more than enough to fend off the Australian team for the time being. Marcus now the star player, and it's looking good on their own pick once more. Strategy seems to be working.
Yeah, Marcus, as you said, huge combo, huge score, does what he does best. He's been in the game for so long, and when you've got that kind of a score against an Australian side that's kind of falling apart now, if he's got fighting a few misses, it's just determined at this point. Japan's point. Only 1 quarter left, but really, with Kenyans finding those misses, what can they do?
Yeah, hypothetically, if Genius was up to the 800,000 score mark by now as well, it would have been very close, but that's sadly not the case. Kajiba coming in with a couple of misses as well, probably sealing the deal. Rindo not able to be the most steady of players at the moment either, but it's more than plenty to defeat the Australian team on this pick. It does seem like only a couple of seconds left, and well, Japan can't technically lose anymore. That's going to be the 4th point.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing that the absence of Crimson is playing a huge part on this match.
Great performance there from Marcus this time around. Used to be the second best player in the lobby ever since Esgon came in, but only had like singular or double misses every map. This time around is going to be an FC with HDDT. A very nice performance to see for us viewers as well. Keeps it a little exciting. However, Australia is really quick to go on to the next pick. No Mod 4 was going to be the play. Maybe a little bit better for players like Genians, since it's not that harsh of a map compared to these maps, such as Sakura or the hidden pick we just saw. We'll hopefully be able to hold on a little stronger, a little longer, and then maybe they can bank off a little more from Esgon's and Kajiba's performances as well. Does seem like a fair strategy.
Yeah, with the No Mod 4 pick, this is one of the maps we can compare scores with. We saw Japan win this one against Russia, 2.78 million, or no, 2.8 million, and Australia winning this one against UK, 2.79 million. So a bit of a pick that you would think Quijabo is making more, based more on the comfort of players rather than actually taking the point itself, hoping that Japan might find a few more misses tonight. But with a new player coming in to play this map, Quijabo should also expect to see a bit of a lower score. Banger song out.
No, absolutely. At least I agree with that. It's nice to see Function Phantom enter the Soundscape as well. Let's get it on. 5th map.
Japan looking to take match point here, and Australia just looking to find some light in this game. Deny the sweep, if anything.
Exactly. They're very confident in at least what they want to pick. So that is good news, and hopefully they can translate that to a point now. they well deserve it, I do believe.
Well, Snow is going to be the first to find the miss. And Australia the lead for now.
Ooh, Asuka following that over too. It's not just an early lead anymore, it's starting to grow to something as Snow and Asuka seem to be missing once more. Mocha's the only one with a full combo for Japan, and Australia has been very great thus far.
We see Quidrimo and Easygon doing what they do best. Still on FCs, and Wang Wang as well. Pretty comfortable with the map, and still with an FC going into the first quarter. Probably going to stay that way, looking very comfortable now, and now Australia have a very confident lead.
Yeah, for the first time ever. No one did see a miss about 100 combo go, but Wang Wang is going to follow it up themselves, so the score difference isn't going to grow exactly, but there's already a very nice 70k lead for Australia. They can permit about 2 misses by now, and that is exactly what you want to see on your own pick. 1/3 into the map, a little further than 1/3, so Ascon and Kijibo just playing like it's everyday business, not missing anything so far.
But with ACK finding him is there, Wangs are traded, so the lead will stay at the Australian away, which is what they want to see. Quidrimo and Easygon really anchoring down the score right now for the Australian side. Really important that they hold on.
Yeah, it's absolutely necessary for them to hold on to that score for as long as you possibly can. 65,000 points of difference, so they can both commit about a single miss, maybe, but you'd rather not, as from that point onwards, you're up to Faith, you're up to Japan's misses. For now, all you need to focus on is yourself, and holding on to that full combo will hopefully get you a little comfortable as well. I know that big numbers might scare some of these players, like if you get over 1,000 combo, it will make you a little more nervous. It seems to be the case with about everyone, but Escon and Kijibo once more very experienced players themselves, so maybe they're not uncomfortable at all. Snowwind coming in with a miss too.
That'll be huge for the Australian side. Despite Wang finding a miss, they still have the 2 huge combos.
Asuka and Mocha's both missed that as well.
That might be the dagger. Although the map is long and we still have probably a minute of play left, that miss from Asuka and Molkus, maybe the dagger as Quidrimo and Easygon breezing through this map.
No sweat coming off of their foreheads for sure, and their performance is worthy of a point. They are now leading by over 150,000 points. Asuka is going to be able to increase that as well for Australia. Let's go with a late miss. But does it matter for them? No, it seems not, as Molkus and Asuka both missed as well. More trades coming in, and 200,000 points of difference does show that the Australians can have an upper hand on the Japanese team by quite a margin too, and that is a very deserving first win for the Australians in this match.
Yeah, maybe now they found the point of advantage. Maybe now they have found out what plays and the maps suit the team best. 4 misses from Wang Wang, 2 misses from Easygon, and none from Quidrimo. Superb scores from all of them to take their first point.
Yeah, like close to 100,000 points higher than their performance against well, in the previous match too, so that is worthy of something for sure, and that will definitely boost them confidence a little bit at least. Japan will be able to pick next, so they'll very likely not move into another Nomad pick, so they'll have to prepare themselves a little for Hidden or Hard Rock, maybe Mixed Mod, but I doubt it. And will they be able to do? Will they be able to hold the line for another 5 points? And a pick has been made by the Japanese team. It's going to be Hard Rock 2. First time we'll be seeing Hard Rock. Will that change anything? Will anybody feel shocked about this? Do you believe, Ewong?
I think on the Japanese side, it's probably comfortable to say that they're confident with anybody at this point. They did win this pick in the previous match against Russia. They did have a pretty solid roster for that one. For the Australian side, this one will come as a shock. Kuchaba and Easegone both are the pretty well-versed Hard Rock players. They are very skilled in the mod. I think already Crimson was probably lagging behind a little bit in terms of Hard Rock skill, so having him missing may cause some damage, because not only was their weakest player missing, but the other three on that team really, I think, can't hold up to the Hard Rock. So it'll be up to Quidjabo and Easegone. Once again, hopefully Genians will provide a decent score for the third player. However, that will need to beat the 2.74 million that Japan set.
That's a tough bar to break for sure. It's also a bit of a annoying map, I will call it, simply said. At 95 BPM, and with Hard Rock it tends to be a little slow on some parts, which is, to me at least, makes it a little harder. You need a lot of focus for those parts too. Those are the ones that tend to break players that are not too accustomed to Hard Rock more than the quicker parts, as far as I know. So for Genians in this case, we saw them struggling a little bit on a double time pick. This one is a little slower. It's only a difference of 0.1 AR, but that might indicate that their performance might be a little lackluster for this one too. So we'll be keeping our eyes on Genians for the most part. Japan, again, not the greatest of Hard Rock compositions you'll ever see, but more than plenty for a lot of teams in the CWC, just not like the upper echelon teams, and maybe enough for this Australian team as well. It's their pick after all. It's the Japanese pick, so they'd better be good on this. Let's see it happen.
Yeah, important to note, this is the more unique of the three Hard Rocks as well. So probably a strategic pick here, going for 2 as opposed to 1 or 3. Yeah, and you see Genians finding a few misses already. It's match like Marcus and Snowin, but Genians not even at 90 yet to start it off. We are very early in the map though.
Yeah, we saw a lot of misses already. Only Rindo holding on to combo for the time being. But Genians definitely now with the lowest score. Mokus has got a trader miss there with them. So the scoreline's still quite even. Kajibo and Easegone once more really pulling their own weight here. And now Genians will have to do the same as they miss once more and once more. And will those break Australia?
Kuchaba finding these misses already is going to be very bad for the Australian side. Genians will build a combo at last, now reaching above 100. That might just stop the bleeding a little bit while Kuchaba finds a bit of combo again. Now he's above 200, above 100, but Genians has fallen. There are misses on the Japanese side though. We see that score bar sort of climb towards the Australian side, but not long before they find a bit of combo again and stop it. But no, it's a double miss, and maybe, just maybe, it will go towards the Australian side.
Yeah, that's a big miss there for Japan, so it's definitely going to go to the Australian side. Genians is going to miss once more. That's going to level out a little bit. But Kajibo and Easegone once more with stellar performances. Molkus has built a bit of a combo, but Snowin and Rindo do tend to miss about every 200-ish combo as well, so we're going to have to keep our eyes on them as well. Genians stabilizing a little bit, but still struggling on these left-righties. Snowwind there with another miss. It's going to be traded. But will that be enough for the Australians to take an advantage? Not at the moment, but Molkus, big miss.
It's really just relies on Easegone and Quidjabo, who you know can pull themselves together for Hard Rock, can play the mod competently. And Genians being able to hold even the slightest of combo, now pulling the bar, the blue side. Australia have the lead. And Rindo finding a miss, going to do a lot of damage. Final few seconds of the match, and with everyone on the Australian side finding footing. Genius will miss there, but is there enough time?
There might be, really. That's another miss comes in for Kujibo as well. That bar's going to go over to the red side for sure. And now it's all about holding on. Genius with another miss.
And it just climbs. Rendo finds a miss, but is that the player you want finding misses? Kujibo's miss there. Kind of detrimental for the Australian side, as Japan is now at match point. They had the lead for so long, but just one miss.
Oh, yeah, that must have hurt a lot. A B rank there for Genius, sadly not being able to perform quite on the level of the other players, which is unfortunate. Despite I'm very sure that they're trying their very hardest. It's just really unfortunate to see that swing over back to the Japanese side right at the end. That Kujibo miss really sealing the deal. Overall, the scores are higher. It's just that little tad extra they needed there. And a 5-1 scoreline is a lot harsher than a 4-2 scoreline. Now they really have to win 5 times consecutively in order to stay in this game, in order to advance further down into the winners bracket too. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, now Australia do have the pick there, and knowing how that Hard Rock 2 went, maybe just maybe a Hard Rock 1 or 3 pick may be comfortable for them. Might be able to give them just one more point before falling to Japan. No mod 2 will be the choice here. We did see them win on the no mod 4 from earlier. I mean, there is some hope that they can compose a 3-player roster which will set a good score even in the absence of Crimson Blaze.
I mean, we've seen it happen in the previous no mod pick as well, so they might as well do it again, right? That easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Quick correction from my side too. I just mentioned that one of these will advance in the winners bracket. That is not correct. This is the losers bracket of these, so a little slip up for me there. If only they were still in the winners bracket, right?
They will make it to the next stage regardless. This is their second match.
That is correct. One of these teams, that means so. Going from a 95 BPM map to 202, really speeding up a little here. Might catch some people off guard. It's definitely played a lot differently from the previous Hard Rock pick that we saw. We see Kujibo, Wang Wang, and Escon staying in the Australian lobby. Kujibo and Escon really cemented into the spots. Japan team will swap out a couple of players. Molk is the only one to stay there on the very top spot. And they've stayed there for the entirety of the game so far as well. Let's see who else dares to enter the arena.
Yeah, Molkus is the player you expect to play every map. They've been around for so long, and we've seen them pop off the scan so much, and you can just rely on him if you're Team Japan. Really, the captain they want, the captain they need. Command in. And some of the players are already. Snowin and Rindu going to be the ones playing the mod 2. Back in despite leaving the lobby after the Hard Rock 2.
Yeah, welcome back to those two. So far, they've been quite reliable as well. Had a couple of hiccups, but very solid in general. They're going to have to do that again. The previous time, the Australian team was able to conquer the Japanese team with over 200,000 points of difference on a no-mod pick. Will they be able to do that once more? They absolutely need it in order to stay in the tournament. So if you are an Australian supporter, you definitely should be hyping them up a little bit now.
Yeah, they really need this one.
Yeah,
but I will do my best.
Just need to finish it off.
I'll do my best as a commentator not to be biased. Quicksilver and Malkus finding misses. Snowin as well, but Wang's found on there. It's pretty much even right now as Rinder finds a miss and advantage the Australian way for a little bit. Now it's going back and forth, and it might just be on the Australian side for now.
Ewong, you better be biased. You're here for a reason, right? Come on.
Off the backs of
do something.
The E's Gone FC. Quicksilver finding some combo now, and Wang going to be finding some as well. But that's not to mention that the Japanese side also has 2 huge combos. So Wang's missed there. Swing it to the Japanese side.
Yeah, very solid performance from both teams. Snowin and Rino got a double miss there for the Japanese team in order for the Australian team to get a lead back. And it's looking fairly good now. Another miss for Wang is going to have a trade.
Ooh,
lots of misses.
Quicksilver trades it. He's got really the one here.
Yeah, Snowin with another miss, together with Kijibo there as well. It seems like the Japanese team will have a bit of a combo advantage, which is definitely cemented here through 2 misses from Wang, Kijibo. Grindo, Snowin with misses as well. Big drops across the entire lobby, except for Escon, the only one with a combo here, who's able to keep Australia in the race. But is it enough as Kijibo, Wang are missing a ton over here?
The other 2 need to hold on, but they were caught in the mess as well when everyone else was missing. But he's got to find some miss there. That may be the dagger. Last few seconds. And with the combo that Japan have, they may just put an end to Australia's run in the Catch World Cup this year.
Yeah, looking like
Somehow
it.
did it.
Nothing left to battle for here, sadly. Over 140,000 points of difference. And sadly, Australia going out with a singular point on Japan.
Yeah, really harsh not having Crimson Please there today to help them up a tiny bit, but they don't know how they did it against Russia, and now they've done it against Australia. They have made it to the semi-finals weekend. Good game, well played to both sides, and great job to Australia for playing the way they did, despite missing one of their best players.
Yeah, well played to both teams. Stellar performance there from Japan once again. One of the underdogs really performing well so far in the tournament, and they will survive for another week. And we are going to say goodbye to Australia, probably good night as well, considering the time. And they had a great run as well. It's something you can definitely be proud of to get this far into the tournament. And today they were a little compromised due to the roster, which is unfortunate, but maybe next year they'll be able to get those things straight as well, and maybe even perform better than they have this year. Well played to both teams either way.
Yeah, game well played. Unfortunate Aussies, but
how are you feeling, Ewong? Give us a little of your bias. It's all right.
I'm fine. I'm all good. Doesn't matter. Next game's coming up anyway, so you guys will be enjoying that with me and Quicksilver. Yeah.
Bit of a post-match interview for them.
Yeah.
You could always try and do that, but yeah. Did you give him my condolences, I guess, and it'll all be all right. And I am very impressed by the way they performed this year. So it's nice to see the Australian team doing well.
Things happen, yeah. He won't coping.
Okay, well, he has like 10 minutes to get her composure back, right? They'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all right. But yeah, a couple of matches incoming today still. We have 4 left for you. South Korea versus Poland in about 11 minutes. Then we have the German team versus the Indonesian team in the losers bracket in about 2 hours from now on, which is about 2 p.m. ET time. So you're gonna have to wait for that a little bit. Chile and Philippines following that up, and then we have another 1 hour break for a final match of the day, Belgium versus Finland, and that's gonna wrap it up for this weekend.
See you then.
Yeah, see you then. Have a great time if you're not going to be able to join us for the other streams, and we'll see you in one of the upcoming matches, hopefully. Bye-bye.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Osu Catch World Cup quarterfinals weekend, and we have another huge winners bracket match for you today. South Korea and Poland. My name is Kujibo, and I'm being joined here by Ewong. How you doing, Ewong?
I'm great. Back with another banger of a match. Two teams that have been storming through the World Cup. Poland playing super well, along with South Korea, last year's champions. This time, the two face each other in the quarterfinals. How do I feel about this one?
I think it's going to be a very difficult match for Poland. I definitely see them taking points, though. They do have probably one of their strongest lineups ever, if we're being honest. Like, not having Leku, even though Leku was a really strong player in past years, if he was there, I think, even replacing him with this team this year, this team's still just a lot better.
Yeah, it is a very good team, and they will pose a challenge against the South Korean side, who have had a rather easy path to this stage this year. They've got a pretty similar lineup. They've got their core, they've got the Hyper W, Yes My Darkness. We'll see a No More Than 1 ban from Poland and a Hard Rock 1 ban from South Korea, and it looks like the first map that's actually been picked is 1 second. Bit more than 1 second. Yes, it will be the mixed mod map.
Yeah, nah, not a surprising pick from South Korea. This is definitely something I would see them picking. Quite the hard map, I would say. A little bit trickier than the other maps in the pool. Yeah, so definitely not something surprising. We are gonna see probably OYG, Nomod, Sumi, Hard Rock, and Draystar obviously gonna be the hidden player. And then for Poland, I'd assume it would be Trigon on Nomod, Fob on Hidden, and then maybe... I mean, they've got a few good players for Hard Rock. Skylia gonna be the Hard Rock player.
Yeah, as you said, on the Korean side is super strong. They do have a lot of strength this year, not only in just the manpower they have, but the variation. They have players that can play mods super well, and players that can cover that covers mod picks, and especially for mixed mod, when you can play the mix of players to be able to cover all three mods super well, that poses a threat, and this mixed mod pick really makes sense for them. As for the Polish side, they do have what it takes. They have Fob, who can pretty comfortably play hidden. Skylayer, as you said, on the Hard Rock, pretty reliable there. And Trigon on non-mod, most likely.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, this is quite the tricky map, but I think Poland actually might be a bit of an interesting opponent to go up against on this. I feel like they've definitely got capability there. I mean, Trigon's really good at no mod, I think, of all sorts of pro traits, and Fob is obviously, one of the best low AR hidden players there is. And Skylia, someone I think who does get underestimated sometimes, but if you're within the community, you know just how good they are at Hard Rock.
We're off. Sumi's going to be opting for the hidden as well.
And I would say that fairly typical Sumi.
Yeah, Sumi thing to do. He is the new addition to the roster to help strengthen that Hard Rock.
Fob going to be the first miss, but this one is quite painful, especially with hidden. Like, I would rather play No Mod or Hard Rock blindfolded than play this with hidden. So.
Yeah, Fob with another one. Fob really the only one falling behind now on the Polish side. Trigon, now Skylayer dropping on the Hard Rock. Meanwhile, South Korea still the 3 FCs. Magnificent play from them here. as we go into the second half, we're going to find that drop, but it's traded by Skylia and Fob. Now, definitely the advantage in the Korean side. Sumi's found one there, but when you compare the two misses that Wig and Sumi have found collectively to the few that Skyly and Fob have collected throughout this map, really it's just so clear in this South Korean side with that Draystar FC as well on the hidden, which is super impressive. Trigon as well on the no mod, but with the number of misses that Skyly and Fob have found, really not much that they can do here.
Oh, yeah, that is fair. I mean, yeah, everyone's still getting a fair bit of score. The 2 FCs, though, I think that's probably the most FCs there will be of this map. I mean, there is one game that I believe could prove me wrong, but right now, just looking at this, I'd say this is probably the most FCs we're going to see on this map, so solid out of these players. But yeah, Korea definitely taking a... I wouldn't even... Yeah, I suppose a calculated first pick. I mean, I think this is definitely a Korea sort of map, so...
Yeah, now it moves to the Polish pick, and they do have a pretty strong roster here, so they can make picks that they can be quite confident in winning.
Real question will be, will Korea pick No Mod 3? Will they take that XCOM buff again this week? So
It's taking a while to choose here. Hidden 3 will be the pick, Yakubon making that decision. And they definitely have a hidden roster that can hold up.
And when I went out for breakfast this morning, the menu didn't have pancakes. It's so sad.
Jam with pancake. Just pancake, not pancakes. I just realized that.
Oh, yeah.
Trigon.
Let me
and
get
Fob.
one pancake.
Fob, the obvious pick here for hidden. Trigon playing as well, very capable of fast hidden, and within the AI 9.4, definitely see him perform well here. Filer coming in as well to complete the team. YMD, Draystar, and Oig are going to be the ones playing for the South Korean side.
Yeah, not a surprising lineup considering, you know, how skilled OYG is at hidden these days. I remember a couple to a few years ago, he didn't play too much hidden, but like you'll find a lot of hidden plays from him nowadays. So he has like really stepped into an overall generalist role pretty well. Still one of the best hard rock players out there as well.
We'll see how that goes as we get started with this map.
Yeah, no Boba for this map, so Boba playing Totem.
Maybe Filer's got it all covered here.
Oh, no doubt, Philo is quite a skilled player.
Fob, very early miss. We may see more from the side of Korea though, which might just do Poland their justice. No one's gonna drop yet after that one.
Yeah, and Korea just doing their thing right now as we get through the first quarter. No one dropping even accuracy, but if you drop Aki, you will drop combo too because of the slider velocity.
They're storming through this. They're all still SSing, as you said, and may potentially have won that spinner as well.
I mean, yeah,
their game.
Having Draystar on the spinner definitely helps.
Definitely their game right now.
That's
Bob a fair bit behind right now. Maybe struggling a little bit. Perhaps just a bit of tawny nerves. Philo and Trigon both still SSing right now. 5-way SS in the lobby.
Oh, and Draystar is the one to find the first miss there. But it's followed up by Philo, who is a new person to drop combo, dropping the SC there. Trigon the only one left, and with that miss, there's chances of Poland taking this one getting slimmer and slimmer.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't beat 2 FCs with only 1 FC.
And really, it's nothing much but just class performance from South Korea. YMD with that FC. What else do you expect? Same as Oig, who is still holding on long with YMD. Draystar finds one more and another.
Yeah,
Oig of this?
yeah,
That wasn't Oig of
right
this.
at the end, yeah. Yep, YMD just out here farming. So is Trigon too. The top ranked PP farmers out of their respective countries, I believe.
Yes, I believe so. The 2 number ones. Yeah, Fob finding a few misses there, along with Philo, which drags down the score a little bit. But really, when you're trying to put up a score against the South Korean side, which does that, really not much you can do. DT1 is the very quick pick from YMD, as he'll be stepping out. Jisun making an appearance for the first time, and Sumi coming back in to play. Looks like Poland will reconsider their roster. Philo the only one staying in, with Yakubon making an appearance for the first time this match. Third yet to be decided. Most likely going to be seeing maybe Trigon or Skylayer coming for this one. We are yet to see Boba play.
Yeah, just chilling for the moment, I guess.
Maybe on our side, but maybe Poland is having a bit of trouble considering who that third player may be. And Skylayer will be the other one.
I was going to say, I don't feel like that's really something that Poland would be too worried about. I feel like they've got plenty of variability in a lot of these DT picks. But, you never know.
And off we go, starting the match off. South Korea obviously going to be comfortable in this one. Philo and Yakubon still holding FCs with eyes on Skylayer, who came in last on that Polish side. Sumi found an early miss, giving Poland a slight advantage for now. is some accuracy drop from the Polish side, Skylea and Yakubon especially. However, that accuracy drop will not matter as Sumi found an early miss. That early miss though has built back up into some combo, only a little bit behind it of G-Sun and Oig, who are still on full combos as well.
Yeah, no one giving an inch at the moment. This could even be a Poland point if it keeps going the way it has so far. I mean, Poland has been playing quite well. They've only been like a little bit short in a few of these plays against South Korea.
Oh, and Philo's the one. That's going to quickly go back to the South Korean side, who will build their lead quite a bit now. They've got Sumi above 600 and Oig and G-Sun still FCing. Now Philo's turn to build back up to some decent combo, while Yakubon and Skylea is still FC, and they'll need to hold that FC. That's super important if they want to see the lead go back their way. Knowing these South Koreans, they will not miss, and that is true, they're not missing. They're still FCing, and Yakubon finds a couple of misses. So is Philo that'll push the bar to the red side a little bit more.
Yeah, it is extended quite a bit. Sumi Philo trading not gonna change anything. They need OYG or G-San to drop, and they need to maintain that combo. Oh, Sumi gonna drop off the break, but it looked like Philo missed just before that as well, so it's not really gonna matter.
Yeah, and it's not the player you want missing either if you're on the Polish side. G-San or Oig are the ones to target. They are still holding FCs. Matched only to one FC on the Polish side, that being Skylea. We've seen this before. They're not gonna miss. They're gonna continue to play until maybe just one unfortunate miss at the end. But regardless, it is still in South Korea's favor. We know they're gonna FC the maps, and they've been showing that for so long. Yakubon gonna find one more miss. Definitely means that South Korea's got this on sealed, their third point.
Yeah, and it was their pick as well, so, you know, there's a reason why it was their pick. And Skylea also, yeah, FC in there, so very good play out of her, and yeah, it's just 1 FC to 2 again.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that Philo and Yakubon found those misses and found more than one. We saw from Sumi he was able to at least sustain some combo before finding a few misses again, but even then he's got the backing of G-San and Oig, who will undoubtedly FC and set wonderful spinners as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the next pick will be. They did falter a little bit on that hidden pick, and South Korea, I would say, not the best team to pick hidden against. I've always seen them, like, each year as just one of those teams that just comes into hidden and just smashes every team. Like, more often than not, at least. And No Mod 3, now this has been interesting. They're picking the XCOM buff, but they're trying to take it to
the Terraria map. We've got the Terraria map. I keep saying this, but I find it so shocking how XCOM's managed to map a song out of this. Trigon, Yakubon, and Fob with the composition on the Polish side. Fob playing not hidden for once, or
I would say it's a very sensible lineup out of Poland, though, as, you know, you have strong players there. Still haven't seen Boba yet, which is kind of interesting.
he's saving his energy.
Perhaps.
Maybe, just maybe, but that will need to rely a lot on Poland being able to take a few points before South Korea pull it a bit too far in their advantage. Jisan, YMD, and Oig going to be playing. We saw already great scores out of Jisan and Oig. YMD as well. You really cannot underestimate him. He will play superbly.
And we
Yeah.
will be getting into it now. So let's see what way the XCOM buff goes.
Is it a Polish Terraria buff or is it a South Korean XCOM buff?
True, true.
Oh, IMD out of everyone fighting the early missiles. Oig, who is a bit behind, and Jisan as well. It might be a wipe from South Korea, and Poland will need to take this to their advantage, build up a bit of an advantage while they still have it. Oh, Trigon and not Trigon, Jakubon and Fob missing Trigon, the only SC left actually. And he'll be the one keeping them afloat, keeping that advantage bar on the blue side, but no, it goes to the South Korean side now, as YMD and G-Son have found a bit of combo again. For this map, the combo isn't the hardest of things to find. You see these super dense patterns. And it looks like South Korea are stable again. They found a bit of footing.
Yeah, oh, Jisan gonna find a miss, but yeah, even though they
Yakubon
They
and
did
Fob.
give an inch, but it just wasn't enough for Poland at this stage, it would seem. Trigon doing everything he can right now, though. That 100% the SS, and this is definitely the Trigon sort of map.
Yeah, he's playing superbly. But really, if Jakubon and Fob can't keep themselves afloat, then the two 1k combos from YMD and Oig are just gonna make the difference.
Yeah, and this is
Oh, the Oig is short to the droplet. Rare occurrence there.
Oh no, Jakubon gonna miss. So yeah, not really able to capitalize much on it now. The scorebar going further towards South Korea. The XCOM buff is in motion, but Jisan missing. And very uncharacteristic misses out of OYG and Jisan there. You know, just missing the odd slide ahead. Yeah,
Ooh.
again, and it's...
It could be if the Polish players can compose and if there's a nightmare of a miss from Korea, then maybe. But Trigon's the one to miss, and there's no FC on the side of Poland.
YMD just refuses, so it will be that South Korea XCOM buff, but it's only 20k points difference, so by no means a wide margin at all. Very close.
Yeah, really well done by Trigon and YMD, but just Oig as well behind YMD, being able to hold on for that long. You see that 1.2k combo is the difference maker there. Poland are getting surprisingly close on some of these maps, but just unable to pull through. Maybe soon they will have to see their advantage finally stick to their side. Number 2 picked by the South Korean side.
Yeah, Korean mapper buff again. The Rockma buff will be in motion. Something that I wish I had personally. As, yeah, sometimes Rockma maps don't always agree with my hands. And YMD asking, where is Boba? Perhaps that's why they're picking No Mod 2 right now. Maybe they're trying to...
The Boba Masterclass.
Yeah, who is the real darkness here? Yes, my darkness, or Boba of darkness?
By the looks of how things have gone, currently, it looks like YMD's taking that unless Boba is able to pull something insane from the Polish side, we will see. South Korea are only 2 points away from winning the game. No Boba. Oh, Skylayer's gone. Trigon definitely in for this one. Same as Philo. And this time, who will be their third?
Darkness versus darkness. We might see that in CIC.
No, Skylayer will be the one staying in.
One day. And yeah, I just realized we have not seen Rels either. He is apparently eating.
Yeah, according to his Twitch chat. But that's not going to matter too much though, as South Korea have been able to compose teams fully capable of setting great scores on all these maps. Clearly shown through their 4-0 advantage currently.
And yeah, I was gonna say this, kind of wonder if this map changed anything at all when it had to get updated later in the week, or whether it was just a hit sound thing. And a few players struggling out of the side of Poland, and yeah, this map is a little bit tricky. I mean, like, strong... It is only like 6.3 stars, but so many of these patterns just catch you off, and when a few of these patterns just get you, I think it's something about the approach rate. It's like a 9.6 that doesn't feel like a 9.6, in my opinion.
The patterns in South Korea clearly showing why they picked this against Poland. 3 FCs compared to the misses that Poland have found. They have found their footing though again, so hoping they'll be able to pull through just by holding on. South Korea finding a rare miss, but if you know South Korea, you know they're not going to do that, especially when they've got 3 FCs going into the halfway mark.
And yeah, the Rockma buff in full effect. OYG gonna miss, but 2 FCs to 0. Wait, no, 2 FCs to 1, sorry. Jumped the gun, forgot Trigon was still holding that FC, and 2 FCs to 1 is still just not enough for Poland.
Yeah, with Philo and Skylayer missing, and trading with Oleg, really, their chances are just getting slimmer and slimmer as time goes on. They'll need to hold on for a lot longer. Now they really need to hold on towards the end, and not only that, but just misses on the South Korean side is what will do it for them. But apart from that one Oleg miss, not likely it's going to happen with YMD and G-San.
Yeah, and Trigon also FCing it along with G-San and YMD, but 2 FCs to 1, just, yeah, that just isn't enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, Trigon playing super well, however. He's FC'd his one, and he set a pretty good score in the previous map, but really what matters when you're playing South Korea, one of the greatest teams in history and of this tournament. Now at match point, it's in the hands of Poland. They'll need to make the right pick right now and hope that they can put a fight up against South Korea from then on.
Well, I mean, I do see a convert there, so I do kind of wonder.
Is that time? Is that the time for Poland to shine? Is that number 4 pick the one that they're probably best going with?
Or even Hard Rock, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it South Korea that banned Hard Rock 1?
Yes, it was.
So perhaps even Hard Rock 2 or Hard Rock 3 right now might be an option.
Also, Hard Rock 3, I would say. And a timeout used on the side of Poland, they need to be really careful making this pick. Like, although it is South Korea, and South Korea is undeniably a spectacular team, they still have they still have the skill and the players that needed it to take a few points from South Korea. And right now they're probably planning that through. They got 2 minutes to do that. Zone 1-4 looking good, and Hard Rock probably a route they can be safe going as well because of that Korean ban of Hard Rock 1.
Oh, I wouldn't necessarily say safe, but it is a potential option, considering, you know, with the Hard Rock ban, it could just be that they don't like the map, but it could also be that they know Poland has a pretty decent Hard Rock lineup and they just don't want to take chances. It's hard to say because they are such a good team too, on everything. Where Poland has been doing well on everything, but it's just been like that one issue of like 2 SCs to 1, or just that slightly higher miscount all round for Poland so far. So yeah, very close, but just yeah, this bit of time to recover. Maybe they just needed extra time to discuss the pick, because I know sometimes, very occasionally, 2 minutes just isn't enough time to pick.
Especially when things have gone away from plan and what you had originally planned to pick might not be the best option at that point. You may need to reconsider, and I think Poland's in that sort of situation right now, especially being 5-0 down. They do have the players that can outclass the Koreans. They do have that skill, especially with this map pool. But whether or not they can make the right pick now, and whether or not they are in the mindset to win that point, Hidden 2 is the pick.
2, yeah.
Not know what we thought of for the Hard Rock. We were slightly considering it'll be the Dika map, low AR, and funny patterns.
Yeah, custom map and background actually drawn by the mapper too, as we do know that Dika is an artist as well. He's improved quite a lot at his art, I'd say, as well. Looking at some of his stuff like from a year or two ago and then comparing it to now, he's definitely nailed a lot of techniques in terms of drawing. But in terms of Osu, I'd say he's also improved with his mapping as well, as he's got quite a lot of quirky and fun maps, and he really does have his own style, I'd say.
Bobo finally making an appearance. Is this a time where he puts on a masterclass and raises Poland from the depths of 5-0?
Hold
It's
on
like-
a minute.
Trigon's not.
Oh no, no,
Korean. No, Bobo's not playing.
No, Bobo.
No bear. No bear.
Nova of Darkness.
Trigon the one to come in instead, and to be fair, Trigon has been playing extremely well. Rose looking like he's finally going to make an appearance. Looks like he's had a great meal and ready to play Hidden 2. Fob on Hidden as expected, and the Yakubon as well. Oig and YMD going to stay in to finish things off, hopefully. The Polish side looking promising for this one. A glimpse of Bobo might have given them the motivation to win this point potentially, set good scores.
Yeah, and look, definitely a strong lineup, and this Hidden, I'd say, definitely in Fob's wheelhouse. Trigon, Jacobon, both incredibly good players, and I know Jacobon can do pretty much everything so far as I know. Like, he's an all-rounder, and Trigon has been just playing so well in this matchup as well.
Starting things off, 6 SS's, everyone's feeling it for now. Trigon's gonna find the early miss. Probably the least you would expect out of any player. Trigon unfortunate there, and he's looking stable though, and potentially a chance at Poland, but no, Yakubon finds some misses. Training with Oig though, still in the Korean favor.
Oh, Rel's gonna wait, Rel's on hidden. I mean, I know he can do it, but that is a little bit surprising considering how absurdly good Rels is at speed mods.
Yeah, especially the AR 8.2 map is also a bit of a surprise. But now Poland has the lead because of that miss, with Trigon and Fob able to hold on. The Fob of the FC, not anymore, my bad. And the lead is back in the South Korean favor.
And yeah, Trigon recovering quite well. Jakabon gonna miss there, but Rel's also missing too, but still, you know, 2 combos to 1. It just isn't enough right now, and this second half is going to have to be where Poland put something together, and they're going to need more misses out of South Korea as well. YMD just refusing to give up full combo, and Rel's going to drop in the slow part. That might be a little bit tilting.
It's climbing towards the Polish side. It's definitely possible so long as all 3 of them hold. But no, Yakubon's going to fold there, and will continue to climb in South Korea's favor with YMD and Oig refusing to drop.
Yeah, and Jakubon gonna drop there too as well, and Rel's holding on again now, performing very well. YMD dropping
YMD
does change things though. It does change things a little bit.
Not much time left, and still an advantage on the side of South Korea from the combo that Oig has.
Yeah, it's
doesn't
just
matter. And a sweep from Korea. Impressive show as they move on to the winners bracket next week. Poland will move down. A good game, well played to both sides.
Yeah, very solid performance there. You know, everyone 5 misses or less, performing just out of their minds on everything.
Yeah, indeed. Really, what less can you expect from South Korea, though? They're going to keep doing that, and whoever plays them next week will be extremely worried, I would assume, assuming they've seen how South Korea's been playing. They've been wonderful, and yeah, it'll definitely be a challenge.
Yeah, I'm gonna think of it. I need to double check that bracket because I know who USA will face, but I'm not 100% sure.
It is an Italy SK mashup. What is an interesting mashup?
Italy SK, yeah, I do.
That'll be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, that'll be quite interesting because I know Italy has been playing really well throughout their matches as well. So we'll see how they go on these harder pools. And I know in the 1v1s they were very contested. Italy versus South Korea last year during CIC, but anyway, in an hour from now we will have Germany versus Indonesia in the losers bracket. Second last losers bracket game, I believe. And Chile and Philippines will be the last winners bracket game, followed up by Belgium and Finland. So yeah, still a few more exciting matches left. So we will see you in an hour from now. But until then, I've been Kujibo, joined by Ewong. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in an hour.
See you then.